relegation spots.
Absolutely, let's jump in. Because these three teams I need to talk about, there's a lot to talk about anyway.
Yeah.
So, we're going to jump in. Who do you reckon? I'll let you lead the way.
So number 20.
Number 20, who
Lucky
you got?
last. Unfortunately, I've got the Sheriff's team, Nottingham Forest.
Oh, I tell you what, this is interesting. I told you before, off air, before we did this, that we were going to have different predictions.
Yeah.
And it's already started different.
Okay, cool. So I don't think they have got enough. Well, first of all, they got Lewis Grabban up front, who's a grub. He's just he's a team floating idiot, right? Played for Sunderland, the wanker, but to me, he's not a Premier League striker.
Nope.
They have sold a couple of their players. They've bought in Jesse Lingard, big whoop. Jesse Lingard would be great in
By
a
the way,
Finnish
he's on 150 grand a week.
Yeah, and he'd be great in a Finnish system. This is going to be Jack Rodwell. I'm betting it now. Notts Forest is Jack Rodwell all over again going to Sunderland, 60k a week.
Yeah.
Signs a clause that says if he gets relegated, that doesn't cut his wage. I guarantee you Lingard's on the same rules.
You reckon?
I guarantee you Lingard's on the same rules, and it will fuck them.
Do you think he'll want to play in the Championship, though?
No, but, who would buy him back? There are probably a lot of teams that buy him back in.
No,
Jesse
I don't
Lingard is a player who's needed in a team that's finished.
But West Ham went for him and he didn't. The deal never. So this is what's crazy to me. I don't think West Ham wanted to pay the 150 grand that he wanted, right?
I don't think he's worth it.
No, I don't either. But I think that's what he was commanding. He didn't get it. Notts Forest have come out and said, well, we'll pay you it. And now he's gone there. So he obviously doesn't give a fuck.
So they've gone for. So this is looking at Forest. This is what they've done. They've gone big money boy, and they've gone no depth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which you can't do in the Prem.
They've absolutely spent a shitload of money. If you actually look at the players they've bought, they bought 17 million Nico Williams from Liverpool.
Yep.
Now look, he's a good player, but he's
17 million?
He's not 17 million. No.
We bought Kieran Trippier for 12.
Yeah.
And I know there are different age spectrums,
Of course.
right? Kieran Trippier's been an England player for 10 years, and he played Atletico for a very long time.
Absolutely.
We paid 12 million for him when he was 31.
He's playing Champions League finals.
That's what I mean. So Nico Williams being, 22 at the moment, I think. 17 million, I think that's a bit overpriced. You know what, Liverpool take the money.
Thing is, Liverpool are the best in the business at getting money out of young players. You know, they've done it for so long. So, they're just doing what they do. But, yes, they've spent a lot of cash, Notts Forest. And
I think I've got them at 20. I can't see them scratching the surface. I think it's going to be a similar...
First year back in the Prem, though.
Yeah, and, to me, they're
after
my
a
soft
long
spotters.
time.
They're my soft spotters this year. Yeah. Brentford was mine last year. This year, my soft spotters are the Sheriff's boys, Nottingham Forest.
Sheriff's
I've
boys.
got Robin of Loxley. I have to pick who's going to be Little John. I need to pick who's going to be my Robin Hood.
Yeah.
I need to pick all these things, right?
Just for your brain.
Just for me to be happy that I can call them Nottingham Forest.
That's
right?
fair enough.
But I think they're going to have a better season than Norwich, but not much better.
Norwich aren't in, mate.
Last year's Norwich.
Oh, okay, yep.
So last year's Norwich,
terrible.
who were woeful.
Who we both picked to stay up.
Yeah, we did. They were really bad. I can see a similar trajectory for the Notts Forest.
All right.
Sorry, Paul Harrison.
You got to finish off your other two spots, mate.
My other two. So, in number 19, I have Eddie Howe's old team, Bournemouth.
Fair enough.
I don't see them doing much to really impress anybody. They haven't bought.
It's got about like a 10,000 fucking seater stadium.
I know, at the Vitality. They haven't bought great. They haven't sold great. Solanke's pretty good.
Yep.
Right? I can see Solanke, and I know they won't want to sell him. If he has a good first half, he could be a January transfer to a bigger team. Mm-hmm. He's a good player.
I was actually gutted Liverpool let him go, to be honest, because he does have the potential, but he's got to play.
Oh, he can score goals, right? So, but I just, they've got Brooks. He's pretty good.
He's a player I could see that would leave.
So, absolutely, he's a weapon to it, and he's had a lot of health scares.
Yep.
And I think they just bought Newcastle's old goalkeeper, Mark, whatever his name is. He's gone to them. I can't see him doing anything.
Okay.
To me. And in lucky number 18, we have
unlucky for
lowly old wanker Leeds.
You know what? That's where the first spot we're going to agree.
Yep.
Because Leeds are my 18. Mm-hmm. You touch on why, and I'm just going to back you up because I think we can both see something here.
Jesse Marsh bought in last year, didn't do anything to impress me as the manager.
I think he did all right.
He did okay.
He kept them up. They were a slippery slope.
Yeah, well, they were a slippery slope, but they had a lot to play for.
He won on the final day.
They had a lot to play for on the final day.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
They've lost Rafinha.
Lost Calvin Phillips.
They've lost Calvin Phillips.
Yeah, and they haven't replaced him.
And who's come in?
No one.
Nobody.
No.
Right? So Rafinha is fair dinkum, and I don't have the stats. He's 70% of their goal scoring opportunities.
He scored their first goal for Barcelona against Real Madrid.
Beautiful, right? Yeah. In the El Clasico. And Calvin Phillips, he is their just stalwart in the middle of the field. I know he missed a lot of games last year with injury, but he's a stalwart for them. He's like hard as nails. They've got nothing in the backfield that impresses me. Stuart Dallas is over the hill and past it. Yep. Jack Harrison's injured all the time, but he's got talent. But what's he going to do? Joe Gelhardt, who's going to give him the ball? Who's getting Joe Gelhardt the ball? Dan James? Dan James is playing striker.
It's worrying signs for Leeds because I think they were on a slippery slope last year, like we said. And they somehow survived, but they survived with those good players. Yes. Albeit Calvin Phillips didn't play too much, but they still had him.
Yes.
I'm with you. I think they go down. I don't think they're going to be a very good team this year. I think they're really going to struggle.
Yep.
But the teams I had, for me, in 20th and 19th. So for me, I've got Bournemouth as bottom.
Okay, very close though. Very close.
As bottom. And that's because I'm with you. I just don't think they've got enough to stay up. They got in the automatic places, but I don't think they've got enough to stay up. And then in 19th, I've just flipped. I've got Forest.
So we've got pretty much the same relegators.
Yeah, we've just got different ways of doing it, but they're pretty much all three are down. Yep. I'm interested to see who you've got above this because I'll kick it off from 17 up, and I've actually got Southampton. Right?
Oh, we're close.
I've got Southampton in 17th.
We're close.
Just surviving, but I reckon they're going to struggle a shit ton this year. I really do.
I think Southampton are going to have their good players gutted from them.
Yeah, I think they're going to be it's going to be really hard for them to progress. Now, the manager they got is a really good manager.
Yes.
But there's no investment in that club.
No, and you know what worries me? My favourite Southampton player, Mohamed Salisu, he's not going to hang around for much longer. He is too good for them, and that he is too good to be put in the situation they're going to be in. They're going to be in a relegation scrap with Leeds.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a toe-to-toe scrap.
I think they'll be in a relegation scrap with a lot of teams.